The void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Business, well, it's complicated. You'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Jessamine and I played games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good, next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young lady Jessie, what is your account?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up at prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Her sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
Hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not. When I was young, the Loyalist conspiracy that kidnapped me also took Anton Sokolov. They brought him to the pub where I was being held and locked him in a cage meant for dogs. And you know what? Sokolov laughed at them. He taught me lessons and told me funny stories. He seemed immortal. His mind shaped our age. That's changed. The old man I rescued doesn't talk much. He eats what we give him, groans in his sleep, coughs out blood. I thought he'd tell me the secret to defeating Delilah and saving the Empire. sure he knows where he is.
I'm with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
No. She's the one who orchestrated the coup.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
Anton, when I brought you back, you could barely speak. But it's been 3 days.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Sarkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge that I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah, which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice-Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
Long as it takes. We'll be picking up balusters and spindles made of zirconin umberwood.
I thought the old Duke Theodanis outlawed umberwood export to protect the trees.
I can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing a gazebo, adding an exotic southern touch.
I don't get it. I told him to let it warm a little first, so he can't save it in the morning.
What's going on here?
Suspicious.
Not your
All right, got one.
She can't escape! She won't go anywhere. But the outsiders carry ours! Let me demonstrate! Here, we're not gonna escape!
You won't get away! Let me show you how I got my... I'll kill you for that!
You can't stay hidden forever. Come out wherever.
I wonder who that was.
Guard my ass.
Come on. Won't hurt you.
Curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I believed Ashworth had some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the Oracular Order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
I wonder if the rumors are true about the Crown Killer.
I'm always alert. Always. They don't gotta say it twice.
times. Hard times. Gotta be on the lookout.
Hello?
Hey, who is this? This head of yours is worth its weight in gold.
Protect your captain, damn it! This shouldn't take long!
Captain!
Cut her to pieces! I've been fighting scum like you since I put on the uniform.
No!
You won't get away!
Who are you? Stop! You aren't going anywhere!
And there's no for you!
Wait, this is
Just so.
You all right?
Hello? So let's see. What was it? Who's there? Huh?
Did I imagine that? No.
I think I just saw something. Conservatory. What do those walls hide?
This is the Duke. No use running! What? Who are you? Stop! Our rightful ruler, Delilah calls for her name. First for her name. May she reign forever. May she reign forever. Traitors, claim, claim. You aren't going anywhere! Treasonous nation, skulking nation. If they want war, we'll give it to them, no matter how many. I can't see any way to reach her! We'll fight for Delilah.
The conservatory. I wanted to visit this place with Wyman. Maybe the incantation will work with just a little luck from the street.
I'll be her favorite when she sees what I can do with a bit of cat fur and a
Everything dies.
I'll paint my nails red with your blood! Ow! How do you want to die? Deal. Stop there! I'll grind your skull into fine powder and freak it with tea! Someone's shooting at us! What? Time to cry! See what I can fill my pillow with your hair, please! Nice with tea! Both.
Jindosh was tiresome. How does this even work? If I can sabotage Ashworth's communion device, she'll be powerless.
That's not what he intends to do. He will carry them to the harvest market, as he swore he would. But the harvest will fail. I see it now, all is withered with light. Now the rot is upon all the fields east of Potterstead, and to the south, the fields are burning. We must warn them. Burn the fields. Make a black line across the map to stop the blight.
It's a loss, but I doubt he had anything more to give us.
Sokolov was taken away as well.
Who would want that ancient fool?
That set of lenses could be switched with the lenses in the device. Vice Overseer Burns' suspicions were right.
In the town where she was born.
I meant nothing to my fine family, beyond an advantageous marriage and years of childbearing. They promised me to a man 3 times my age who wheezed on about our wedding night. But a curious thing happened on the way to the altar, Delilah. From the first time I slipped out of the manor in the dead of night, there was no reason. My cage. Looking at the stars and drinking wine on a rooftop, I was free. To see me for marriage, I visited my father's banker and wasted my whole life toward Delilah. Those were the Coven's glory days.
Now to activate it and sever Ashworth's connection to the void. All that's left to do is hit the switch, and Ashworth should be powerless.
What will I do now? I'm ruined. That feeling. The things I could do. The touch of the void. Delilah. It was everything I had. That's it. I'm done. Leave me alone. You've ruined me. Leave me alone. You've ruined me.
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Emily. Little Black Sparrow, free from your cage at last.
It's done. Brianna Ashworth is no longer a witch.
You villain! You don't even know what you've done. A great bloom wilts and fades from the world.
Delilah, I will take apart everything you've built until I have what's mine.
Oh, Brianna. I don't believe we will speak again. The thought of seeing you reduced to such a pale, sad thing. It's too much to bear. I hate you for this, child.
I'm not only going to restore things to the way they were, I'm going to make them better. Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world, changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the Isles, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal. Forever. She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
will not be tolerated.
Later, I'll be laughing over...
My good friend.
Somebody's down.
A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of this land's silver into shiny coins. I asked him to double the number of mine workers, and he did it. No question. I needed miners, and he produced them. Out of thin air.
Let me guess. That's her.
With me!
Wait! This isn't...
Outsiders, no, you're the ass! You won't get away!
Hey, you! Come here!
Here, get back here! Don't let her escape!
Oh, damn!
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
All right, Megan. Thank you for opening up. If only a little.
I'm starting to feel like you deserve it. Are you ready to leave now?
Yes. Let's go. Take me back to the Dreadful Whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.
For several years, Delilah's been here, getting stronger, turning people against me. Why didn't I see it coming? What was I doing during that time? Pretending to listen at court, ruling through an army of bureaucrats, waiting for the next chance to get free of Dunwall Tower. Well, now I'm free. If only I could go back. Aramis Stilton was once an ally of the Duke. The owner of Karnaka's mines. Stilton lived in a fortified bunker at the heart of the Dust District. No one's seen him for years, since around the time Delilah started making her moves. But whether Stilton's alive or dead, his home holds the key to Delilah's immortality.